Hello everyone, I'm taking the Aina ABH eyeshadow palette, and that's what it looks like on the inside. And I'm taking the lighter pink shade first. I don't know the shade names, I'm sorry. Too many palettes to memorize all the shade names. And then I have it on a fluffy brush, and I'm keeping it just on like the inner half to inner third of my crease, not bringing it all the way out. And building it up to the intensity that I want, and blending it out once the eyeshadow isn't so like pigmented on my brush, once it loses more product on it, I guess. And then I am taking the shade right next to it, which is like a more deeper pink, and putting it on the middle third-ish of my crease and blending it out. And I'm just taking the brush that came with the palette, because honestly those are pretty nice brushes. And even if you don't use them for eyeshadow, they're pretty nice for doing highlight too. That's what I normally use them for, but lately I've been used for eyeshadows. And honestly, if they were to sell these brushes like by themselves, I'd probably buy some. And then now I'm taking the purpley shade right next to it, and I am putting it on the outer third and also winging it out because I'm going to do a cut crease type look. So I want to make sure it like doesn't just stop with the end of my crease and it goes out with the look to give my eye that like angle and shape. And also, I couldn't find my plugs for my earlobes, and if you don't like it, then don't look at them, because I don't care what you think, and it's my ears, not yours. But anyways, back to makeup. I just did the same thing, built up the purple and blended it out as I went, and then blended it with the darker pink too. And just back and forth with blending and building up with all those three colors to make sure it's to where I want it. And then I took a shade that was similar to my skin tone, not from this palette, and blended it on the top of the eyeshadows to make it even more like blended and seamless right there. Then I'm taking the ABH eye primer and giving myself the cut crease shape with it, and I'm using a e.l.f. concealer brush. And if you have trouble with cut creases because your eyes are too small or whatever, this brush is like a game changer. I'm like not even being dramatic about it, because I used to be horrible at cut creases until I tried it with this brush, and now I'm like, I don't want to say perfect at them, but I'm pretty good at them. I still get some weird shapes sometimes, but you know, it's okay. That happens. But this brush has made it so much easier than any other brush because it's just so tiny, and like you can get really precise with it. And it's just my favorite. And like you can even make the wing with it too, and it won't be so like, you can give it that sharpness. And then I'm taking the metallic green shade from the Jackie palette and packing it on the primer where I cut my crease. And then next we're gonna do my face, and I'm taking this L'Oreal foundation in probably the lightest shade and dotting it over my face, and my face is already primed with 3 different primers because I'm high maintenance. I'm clipping back my hair because it always gets in my way. And then, you know, blending it out with my sponge. That. And then next, I'm cream contouring. and blending that out with the same sponge. And then taking the LA Girl concealer in probably the lighter shade again, and putting it on my chin, jawline area, forehead, center of my nose, and then I'm gonna put on my cupid's bow too, and then I blend it out first, and then I remember to put it on my cupid's bow. There we go. But I blended this out first before I put it on my under eye because this concealer likes to dry really fast, and it just, like, if I wait, it won't blend under my eye as well, I've learned. So here I am, putting it under my eye. And then blending it out with the same sponge. And then once it's blended out, I'm going to set it with some powder so it doesn't even have a chance or time to crease, because it will. Honestly, even if I set it, it will. That's just how my, like, under eye is with my skin, like, right by my lash line. And then I'm setting my whole face with the powder and my sponge, essentially baking my entire face, because this is the only way my makeup will stay all day. And then, what am I doing? Taking this Essence contouring palette and taking the contour shade and applying it to my cheekbones, forehead, nose, jawline with an e.l.f. contouring brush. And if you have similar cheekbones like I do, brushes like this, the kind of flat, dense kabuki type ones, I feel are best for it because you can get it more precise, and fluffier ones can make it look muddy easier. In my opinion, I don't like how fluffy ones make it look. I also don't use like bronzer or anything. I try to stick with more cool toned contours because it can easily look orange on me because of how so pale I am. And then I'm taking the lighter shade and blending it out with a fluffy brush so it's not harsh. But if I were to apply it with the fluffy brush, it would just be like too much and not, like, it wouldn't look good. In my opinion, I don't think it really looks good on anyone, but you know, it's your face, you do what you want. And yes, I do 2 different types of contour because I like that intensity it gives. And then I'm taking some loose powder and cleaning up my cheekbones, or like the under part of it, and putting it down the middle of my nose because I like that kind of, I don't want to say harsh line, but like how it gives that line. And I took the kind of darker pink shade from the Jackie palette, ran it across my lower lash line, and then same with the purple. And blending it out. And then taking the Airspun loose face highlighter and putting it on my inner corner and my brow bone and my nose and cupid's bow and my cheekbones. And before I put it on my cheekbones, I sprayed my face with some setting spray to kind of help it stick more since it's a loose highlighter and give it more like oomph, like it pop more. And then taking this Wet n Wild liquid lipstick in the shade Coffee Talk and, you know, applying it. And then I put on just a line of liner, some lashes, mascara, blended the inner part of my brows. I just kept that out because it was kind of like boring and basic, I guess. I feel like there was no point in me keeping it in there. But after I apply this, then I'll have some clips of the final look, and it will be all done. And I'll have all my social media in the description box as always, so you can follow me. There's a lot more posts on my Instagram of makeup, and I usually post them there when I'm going to do a new video, but sometimes not. But you know, whatever. Anyways, follow me on all my social media and subscribe, and thank you for watching.